What's going on, everybody? Welcome into Blazers Uprise Live, presented by Bet Online. Today, we got picks against the spread, 11 games. We didn't do it last Thursday because obviously that was the trade deadline, so it's been a week. We're going to jump right back into the action with a ton of games today. And then we're going to talk about GP2 and that whole situation a little bit. The Warriors general manager spoke on that today, so that was interesting, and this saga has taken another turn. Didn't I make a thumbnail or a title that was talking about the potential end of the GP2 saga like a month ago when he was like playing? I think I had a stream titled something like that, and little did I know. Also, you remember the thumbnail tag when we signed him last offseason, Eric?
Yeah.
And I had, "What does this mean?" in the thumbnail tag. I mean, that could not have aged any better, because what the hell is going on with this saga? We're going to talk about that. But before we jump into picks against the spread, our watch party is tonight. Doors open at 6 p.m. It's at Alberta Abbey in North Portland. If you want to come watch the debut of Matisse Thybulle and Kevin Knox with me and Eric, you can do so. We got a huge projector screen, bigger than last time, so you can get tickets. The link is in the description box below, and also I will spam it in the chat once again. Hope to see you out there. You guys can meet Connor, too. I know you guys are dying to meet Connor, our moderator. He'll be there, or at least he said he was going to be there. So hopefully we get to meet some more of you. Last time it was a ton of fun. Wasn't it, Eric?
Yes, it was a blast.
It was absolutely a blast. So, yeah, looking forward to doing that, and we'll be streaming from there tonight for the postgame show.
Live post-game show again. That'll be fun as well.
Yep. Anyway, let's jump straight into things. We don't have much more time to waste here. Let's go into picks against the spread. Once again, picks against the spread is brought to you by Bet Online. All the spreads in this segment you can find over on Bet Online. As you can see, if you're confident in a spread, you can get 50% rewards with the promo code BELIEVE. And as you can see, we were very confident in a couple of different games last week, and almost everyone won their double downs except for Zach, who has been the best double downer so far this year. There was like 3 spreads last week that everybody was very confident in, and all 3 spreads worked out in everyone's favor. And that's why people are jumping back in. So jumping back up to 500. So if you want to get in on any of that action, use the promo code BELIEVE for a 50% reward bonus. There should be some all-star prop bets coming soon on Bet Online. Anyway, Eric, very good day for everybody except for me and Zach. Everybody else was above 500. Connor and Aeromancer had the same exact picks as each other, and both of them went 8-1.
Yep.
So good for them. We got 3 people above 500. Eric, you're at 500, so that's looking a little better.
Let's go.
Collectively, last Monday, a week ago, we went 48-24 as a whole. Overall record as a whole is getting closer to 500. We're 967 and 1,001. So collectively, we are 34 games below 500. So let's see if we can make that back up. Anyway, jumping into the first of 11 games. We got to try and breeze through this thing. We got the Charlotte Hornets hosting the Atlanta Hawks. And Atlanta is a 5.5 point road favorite.
For Atlanta, the never traded but always on the block John Collins is out. Everyone else, including the recent trade acquisitions, Sadiq Bey, Garrison Matthews, and Bruno Fernando, making his return to Atlanta. And Trae Young all available to play. So John Collins, the only one out for the Hawks. For the Hornets, Shvi is expected to be available. The Blazers traded him to the Hornets. Kai Jones is doubtful. And Kelly Oubre, Cody Martin out.
Cool.
Trevin is going with the Hawks. Jackson Hawks. Connor Hawks. I need to look up Zach's picks real quick.
So Connor Hawks, Jackson Hawks,
Trevin Hawks. Aeromancer and Zach are both Hawks.
Okay. What are you going with?
I'm going to go Hawks as well.
I'm going to go Hawks as well. I want to take the Hornets, but the last time I took them, they absolutely burned me. And chat is going Hornets as well. Clean sweep. All right, game number 2. You got the Cleveland Cavaliers versus San Antonio Spurs. This might be the highest spread of the season, as Cleveland is a 16-point home favorite.
What was did you end the poll?
I just ended it.
Okay. It was behind. I should make sure I got the right percentage.
62% for Atlanta.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. So in this game, we have the Spurs have Trey Jones out, Romeo Langford out, Doug McDermott out, Devin Vassell, Kem Birch both out, and Stanley Johnson was released. So he is out, obviously. And for the Cavs, they have Danny Green isn't with the team yet. He's waiting to clear waivers before he signs with them, but they have no other injuries listed.
This is such a wild spread, though.
Yeah, I can't take any team with a 16-point spread, so I'm just going to take the Spurs.
All right, Eric is going with the Spurs.
Connor is Spurs. Trevin, Zach, Aeromancer, all Cavs.
I'm going Cavs as well.
Okay.
Jackson goes Cavs, and Chet goes Spurs. Chet needed a 16-point spread to pick the underdog. Anyway, 5-3 vote there. Game number 3, you got the Indiana Pacers hosting the Utah Jazz, and I've finally updated the Utah Jazz graphic to black and yellow after resisting all year because it's just ugly. But Utah is a 1-point road favorite.
Utah's a favorite?
That's what it said.
I thought I just was on Bet Online and it was the opposite.
Might have updated in the last 20 minutes.
Like I just looked at it 10 minutes ago. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Utah's a 1-point home favorite.
Cool. All right. Utah Jazz. Well, Russell Westbrook has not joined the team yet, so he's not going to play, it looks like, unless he makes a last-minute decision to not get bought out. For the Pacers, they're without Miles Turner, and that's the only one listed on their injury report.
Cool. There's the chat poll. I'm going Pacers.
Aeromancer and myself are also going Pacers. Zach is going Jazz. Trying to get caught up writing all Zach's picks down.
Pacers for Trevin and Connor. And then Jackson went with the Jazz. And then Chat is going with the Jazz. All right. Game 4, we got Philadelphia hosting Houston. Philadelphia is a 13-point home favorite.
Houston has Kevin Porter Jr. out. Philadelphia currently has no one on their injury report.
Alrighty. I'm going Rockets. Rockets for Connor and Jackson. Sixers for Trevin. yours and Arrows and Zach's.
Arrow and Zach are both Rockets.
Okay.
Much like the other game, I'm just going to take the points as well.
All right. So if it wasn't for Trevin, it would be a Chat Island, but Chat is going Sixers. Oops, wrong team. Sixers. All right, so Chat and Trevin. Everybody else going Rockets. Game 5, you got the Knicks hosting the Nets in a battle for New York. I mixed up the Y and the K, but yes, that's New York. That's what the color coding's for. New York is a 2.5-point home favorite.
All right, in this one, we have the Brooklyn Nets have Steph Curry out. The Knicks have Mitchell Robinson out. Looks like everyone else is expected to play.
Well, we obviously want the Knicks to win.
Mm-hmm. Arrow and Zach are both on the Knicks. I'm going to go with the Nets.
I'm going with the Nets, too. I want the Knicks to win. So I'm going with the Nets. Nets for Trevin and Jackson. Knicks for Connor. Trevin, Jackson, Nets. Then Zach and Arrow, would they go with?
They both went Knicks.
Okay. Arrow, Zach, Knicks. And then Chat is going with the Nets. All right, Zach, Connor, Arrow, Knicks, everybody else, Nets. Game number 6, I believe. Miami's host.
Looks like Connor might have changed his pick. He retracted his original.
Why you get scared, Connor? What, you didn't want to go against me and Eric? You didn't have enough confidence for that? All right, fine. They're Nets. We need to make a rule by the time we're on to the next slide. Can't change picks. Game 6, Miami's hosting Denver. Miami is a 1-point home favorite.
He said he was making fun of the spelling of the Knicks, not picking them.
Oh.
But
Okay,
whatever.
Okay. I got you. All right, Miami, Denver. The heat versus the cold.
All right, so in this one, the Nuggets are without Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, and Zeke Naji, all out. The Miami Heat are without Tyler Hero, Victor Oladipo, Kyle Lowry, Duncan Robinson, Nikola Jovic, and Omer Yurtseven.
Jeez, so they got Jimmy and Bam and a bunch of scrubs, huh?
Yep. Caleb and Gabe Benson and Max Strus.
And they're favorited. I mean, honestly, Jokic makes his teammates better, obviously. He can play with scrubs. But also, Bam is a good defensive matchup to put up against him.
But they have no depth outside of him.
Yeah. Nuggets for Connor and Trevin. They got Orlando Robinson.
Yeah. They're probably going to sign him to the actual team. I'm going to take the Heat. Jackson, Aeromancer, also Heat.
Picking against Miami is normally a good thing. I'm going to go Nuggets.
Okay.
What's Zach go with?
Zach is Nuggets too.
Cool. Zach is Nuggets. And then this might be Chat's double down.
87%. Where did that come from?
I have no idea. All right. There we go. 3 versus 5. All right. Game number, I forget already. Chicago's hosting the Orlando Magic. Chicago's a 4.5-point home favorite.
All right. In this game, Orlando is without Cole Anthony and RJ Hampton. The Bulls are without Javonte Green and Lonzo Ball. Alex Caruso at this point of time is still listed as questionable.
All right, give me the Magic. My Orlando Magic. The Bulls are going to lose, and then their fans are going to be like, why didn't we do anything at the trade deadline?
Again.
The Bulls are known for being very inactive, even with their new front office, because there's always Garpax being inactive, and they got rid of them.
I'm actually going to go Bulls. Zach is going Bulls as well.
You're going Bulls?
Yeah. Jackson Bulls. Connor, Trevin, Aeromancer, and you.
Magic.
All Magic.
And then chat is going with the Magic as well. All right, chat. Another 3 versus 5. All right. Game number 8. You got the OKC Thunder hosting the New Orleans Pelicans. OKC is a 2.5-point home favorite.
All right. In this one, we have Dyson Daniels, Zion Williamson, both out for the Pelicans. CJ McCollum, questionable. Josh Richardson is available to play for them. They acquired him at the deadline. For the Thunder, they have Ousmane Dieng, Trey Mann, Eugene Omarui, Alexei Pokusevski, Chet Holmgren, all outs.
Imagine if they had Chet this year, man.
They have Dario Saric now, and he is available to play. so weird.
Yeah.
He'll probably play well for him because they need big man help right now. Looks like Dario's playing, Gabe. Yep. Arrow and Zach are both on the Thunder.
I'm also going Thunder.
Connor is as well. I'm going to take the Pelicans.
Connor, OKC, Jackson, OKC. Jackson went OKC. What'd Trevin go?
Trevin is Pelicans.
Pels, and Chat went Pels. So another 3 versus 5. All right, game number 9. You got the Dallas Mavericks hosting the Minnesota Timberwolves. Dallas is a 6.5-point home favorite.
What was the... I don't know why my thing's being so behind. 52%. Okay. All right, so the Minnesota Timberwolves are, of course, without Karl Anthony Towns still. Kyle Anderson, Rudy Gobert, questionable. The Dallas Mavericks are without Tim Hardaway Jr., Davis Bertans, and Maxi Kleber.
I'm going with the Mavs.
All right. Aeromancer and Zach are also Mavs, as are Jackson, Trevin, and Connor.
What are you going with?
I'm going to go with the Timberwolves.
All right. Timberwolves. Chat is going with the Mavericks as well. This might be their double down. It's like 92%. All right. Game number 10. You got You got the hated Golden State Warriors.
Screw the Warriors.
Hosting the Washington Wizards. Golden State's a 4-point home favorite.
All right, the Wizards are without Kyle Kuzma and Will Barton. The Warriors are without Steph Curry, of course, Gary Payton II, of course, Ryan Rollins, Andre Iguodala.
GP 3 months. I mean 1 month. I mean maybe 2 weeks.
No, they're definitely going to hold them out a month just to...
Yeah, even if they didn't have to now, you know.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the Warriors. Trevin and Aeromancer are as well.
Oops. Mixed them up.
Jackson and Zach are on the Wizards.
I'm going Wizards because I can't go with the Warriors right now. Can't do it.
Okay.
What did Connor go with?
Warriors.
Connor went with Warriors.
which leaves chat.
Chat's going Wizards. Let's go, chat.
Split vote.
Screw the Warriors. All right. Got a split vote. Final game, your Portland Trailblazers are hosting the also hated Los Angeles Lakers, and Portland is a 2-point home favorite.
And that is because LeBron James is sitting out of this one, so sorry to all those who bought tickets hoping to see him.
LeBron James is out due to Super Bowl recovery.
Mo Bamba is also out serving, I think, the third game of his 4-game suspension or something like that. Anthony Davis probable with a foot injury. For the Blazers, they're without Jeremy Grant due to a concussion. Ibu Baji, Yusuf Nurkic, Justice Winslow all out. Probable are Keon Johnson and Trendon Watford. And making their debut tonight, Kevin Knox and Matisse Thybulle.
This game is going to be interesting,
yeah.
Which is why you should watch it with us at our watch party tonight at 7 p.m. in North Portland. Tickets, description box. Buy them now. And hit the like button. Gabe wants likes. All right. I'm going Lakers.
I'm also going Lakers.
Who starts at the 4? Jabari?
I think they're going to start Cam at the 4 and Thybulle at the 3 would be my guess.
Cam's going to guard.
It's being dubbed Red Bull.
Red Bull, yeah. Blazers for Trevin would wait, Connor went Blazers, Jackson didn't go. Jackson went Blazers, Trevin went Blazers, Connor went Blazers.
Arrow and Zach went Blazers. I don't know if you got that.
Yep. And chat, it has a ton of confidence in the Trailblazers. All right, me and you went Lakers. Everybody else went Blazers. What a statement. Double down time. Let me run back through these picks.
I got 3 of them already. Whenever you're ready.
All right, let me put mine in first. I'm going with the Pacers. All right, what are yours?
Well, I have to do Timberwolves because that's an island for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chats ended up being the Nuggets. Aeromancers is Magic. Zach's is Thunder. Jackson is going up.
Hold on. Okay. What was the one after Arrow?
Zach is Thunder.
Okay. What's the next one?
Jackson's going opposite me with the Mavs.
Okay. Jackson versus Eric. All right.
Connor is going Nets. Trevin is on the Hawks. I think that's the first game. He's the only one that picked all 8 of us on one side.
All right, and then Jackson went Mavericks. Okay. That looked good.
I got everyone. 2, 3, 4, 5.
That was maybe the most efficient picks against the spread segment ever. 11 games in 20 minutes. Well done.
I'm missing someone. Oh, Tori, I'm missing yours. Is the Pacers.
Yeah.
There we go. All right.
Alrighty, well, that concludes Picks Against the Spread presented by BetOnline. If you're feeling confident in any of those spreads, check out BetOnline with the promo code BELIEVE, 50% rewards. All right.
Jake says if it's Dame, Ant, Matisse, Cam, and Drew starting, it's hard to find a worse rebounding starting 5, which is going to be a problem against the Lakers tonight.
Absolutely. I feel confident in that Lakers pick, unfortunately. Anyway, so let's talk. We don't have much time. Once again, yeah, link to watch party tickets, or you can roll through at the door tonight for our watch party in person. The screen's freaking huge, man. You can roll through out the door and drop a $10 entry, and the food there is phenomenal. I've said that every time I plug this, but I mean it. I was there yesterday for their Super Bowl party, had some more of it, and oh my goodness, man. I wish I could eat there every day.
Yes.
Anyway, if you guys have any questions, feel free to hit us up. But what were you going to say?
I'm just ready to talk about.
Yeah, GP2, go.
All right. So, Bob Myers spoke today. What a complete load of crap that guy is. Now he wants the league to investigate a trade the Blazers made last season involving Larry Nance Jr. when Larry Nance Jr. was sitting out for a full month before that trade even happened. We threw him in for free for the Pelicans. They loved the trade, and that we threw him in so much they decided to not even do a physical on him and accept the trade without even looking at the medicals on him. He ended up coming back sooner than expected, helps them make the playoffs, and then, provided some good minutes for them in the playoffs as well. And now this clown wants us to be investigated for that. Why? Because we gave them a good player for free? Like, get out of here, man. That's complete BS. And this, to me, solidifies everything I've been hearing, that the Golden State Warriors are just full of absolute crap, and that this whole thing is basically a setup so Bob Myers doesn't look bad in front of his owner. Because we'll just go through the timeline. Bob Myers admitted today, whether he was lying or not, back to the offseason, says he didn't even know that Gary Payton needed surgery. Are you kidding me? Gary Payton's played with this injury for years, he said. It was affecting him all last offseason. There's no way he didn't know that Gary Payton needed surgery, right? So There he's lying right there. Fast forward. So they let him go. The Blazers sign him. The Blazers, have him get his surgery or whatever. Then we know this whole saga where he basically is cleared to play, sits out for longer. And here's the deal. We joked about it being a Festus Ezeli situation. Mm-hmm. It didn't quite turn into that where he never played, obviously. But one of the details of the Festus Ezeli situation was that he became a cancer in the locker room. And he started talking and telling players what to do and how to approach things. And they were like, dude, get your butt on the court before you say anything to us. And they got frustrated with him basically calling them out, the players that were gutting it out and playing, for someone who was just sitting around and refusing to play, even though they were cleared. So fast forward to Gary Payton. He gets cleared. Well, he was initially cleared in November. Then they gave him till December 2nd to get fully cleared. And this guy sat around and refused to play as this team needed help. They needed him. They had multiple injuries. And this guy, no one liked him because they were sick of him basically choosing not to help the team and whatever. And then come to find out, he didn't even want to be here to begin with, and he just took the money, and then he wants to be traded back to the Warriors. Guarantee you he's been talking to the Warriors this entire time. And quite frankly, this is how it looks like it happened. Because Bob Myers also mentioned an adductor injury, right? We know about adductor injuries because of several Blazers having them, right? That's in the hip groin area, right? What did I say a couple games after he came back that he appeared to be holding his groin, right? Remember me saying that after several games? Something's going on with his groin, right?
Yeah.
And so this guy, Gary Payton, I believe, re-injured himself, but didn't want to say anything because that means he would have had to possibly not been traded, or like Golden State wouldn't have traded for him if they knew he was hurt. So I believe he actually hid information from the team and maybe took more pain relievers than he was prescribed elsewhere. That's just a guess, but and this is the only thing that makes sense to where the Golden State Warriors would do imaging on him and find this other injury, and the Blazers had no idea about it. They gave him all the stuff, and so like both sides could be telling the truth when it comes to this, but like Golden State knew he was hurt, and Bob Myers is now saying, oh, he played the night before. We didn't know he was hurt this bad, It's like, well, so did you not check? Like, it really looks like he got caught with his pants down, not checking on this situation. And this is what I've heard happened in terms of the trade. So the Warriors wanted Gary Payton, but then found a way to get rid of Wiseman and get Saddiq Bey. And then they found a way from Saddiq Bey to get out of the contracts completely and just get second-round picks, right? And so the owner was very pleased because they got a bunch of second-round picks, and he saved like $130 million estimated on getting rid of Wiseman's contract. Mm-hmm. But then, right before the deadline, Bob Myers went to him and convinced him that Gary Payton was still available. We could still get him. Like, he just played last night. Look at him. Like, I think he can do it. Will you pay for it? And so Bob Myers made the trade, convinced his owner, and then they do a physical, and they realize that he's not 100% healthy. And Bob Myers realizes that he's going to have to explain to his owner why he traded for an injured player that might not be able to help them as much as they thought. And now they're just completely reaching for straws and trying to blame other people so he doesn't look bad. And he just completely like avoided stuff. And I know we can't talk fully about it, but like he was obviously lying in that press conference today.
Yeah. I mean, that press conference was very weird. He seemed very uncomfortable behind that microphone. And Gary Payton, like Chris Brandlin says, was sitting all buddy with the front office staff during the game on Saturday while they were still, we don't know if we're going to keep him. Really, no other team would have that guy they traded for that failed the physical, and they're deciding whether they want to keep a trade or not, would have him publicly sitting with the front office, like having a grand old time and stuff like that. That just would not happen if they had any intention of doing this. They just realized they look bad for trading for someone that they did not do their due diligence on, to realize just how hurt he still was and what stuff he was dealing with. And they look stupid because they didn't do that research. They just saw him playing against them the night before and thought he was fine. And they didn't do their homework, and now they're trying to pass that blame off on the Blazers. And it's quite frankly disgusting, and I hope the Blazers step in and counter, like, I don't know what the right word is, but like some sort of like pressure the league to discipline them in this situation. Yeah. It's frustrating that Shams nor Woj seemed to reach out to the Portland Trail Blazers front office, and they just ran with the Golden State side of the narrative. Very frustrated on that. I want the truth to come out, because I think at this point, when it initially broke, I was like, oh, this looks really bad for Portland, without knowing anything else, just what I was reading on the surface, the Shams stuff. And I thought, oh, this is really bad for Portland. Now, I hope the truth comes out, because I think that the truth will exonerate Portland. Like, the more you think about it, how would they try and, assuming that, Golden State knew about the injury that he had to have surgery on because he played through it for them less than a year ago, what would you try and slip under the radar? That it's not fully healed, but like he's been, if you watch some of the games, right, you can notice like, he doesn't seem 100%, and he's on a minutes restriction, and even though our defense sucks, he's only playing 15 to 17 minutes a game, and like, would we think that we could slip that by, especially when he has to take a physical?
They're going to do imaging on it, like, obviously.
Obviously. So logically, if you break this down logically, I don't see how you could truly believe that Portland thought that they would get away with withholding something.
Right.
And the fact that they want the league to look into the CJ McCollum, Larry Nance Jr. trade is absolutely ridiculous, considering Larry Nance Jr. was out.
I know.
He was out. He was injured. It was
Over a
public
month.
information.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything that Portland could hide because it was public information because he was out for a month and he was thrown into it and they waived the physical. So what was withheld? Like, New Orleans didn't care. They didn't check medically. So how can you withhold something from someone who's not even inquiring about it? It doesn't make any sense. So the Warriors here look really, really bad. I'm really interested to hear what Portland thinks, and your theory is as good as any. And I know, you talk to people. I would not be surprised if that was the case.
Well,
because that it's just like it makes no sense otherwise.
Yeah. And as Raiden points out in chat, the Athletic says that the Warriors called them and never even called the Blazers to ask about why they didn't withhold it or why they didn't give them all the information. Why would you not call the Blazers first and be like, what the heck? So like the Blazers didn't even get a call. They found out like all of us did through Shams crap.
Yeah, right before Cronin went into a press conference too.
Yeah.
So this is a really bad look for the Warriors, if that's true, and I hope that they get punished for it, because basically Portland's organization, just if you read it on the surface, looks horrible. They forced him shots. Oh, it turns out it wasn't even shots. Mm-hmm. Who knows where that report even came from? But that was already shown to be false.
And how
was already shown to be false.
How do we pressure him to play? We literally let him sit out and do nothing for a month after he was cleared to play. Why would we then turn around and be like, "No, you're freaking playing, dude. I'm sick of this. Like, I don't care if you're hurt. You're gonna get your butt out there." Why would they just flip like that? And
it makes no sense.
And for all like we criticize Cronin more than anyone else, like in media or whatever, or like podcasts or whatever. Like we have not liked him as a GM. Like there's no bones about it. But I do not believe that guy would actually lie or withhold stuff on purpose in a trade negotiation or something like that. Like that, I just don't believe that would happen.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So it's going to be interesting to see what the NBA investigation finds. But I mean, you look at Josh Hart, who had been traded unprompted, speaking up for Portland as an organization and the medical staff. It's really unfair to the Portland medical staff to be implied that they were forcing him Toradol shots. And now you have like national media that's running with it. Like Brady Moat said, Stephen A just said shots on national TV. Yeah. They still haven't gotten the picture that Gary Payton II's own agent said, no, it wasn't Toradol shots. He didn't take Toradol shots. At worst, he took...
Your mic just went crazy.
Did it?
Yeah.
Weird. I don't know. Am I good now? I think I lagged for a second.
No, you're a robot.
Am I a robot? Why is it not a robot? Hold on.
Is my audio bad?
I mean, if I'm a robot to you, then it's my mic.
You're fine now, yeah.
Yeah, I just unplugged it and plugged it back in. Yeah, so now Golden State is trying to hack me because they don't want me talking about the truth, but they should also hack Eric then, because Eric probably knows more about this than me. Anyway, beep boop, I'm back. I forgot what I was saying. Josh Hart. In the national media. Yeah, I mean, I was listening to the radio doing some DoorDash earlier today, and they brought up the GP2 story only for like 15, 20 seconds, but they're like, yeah, this is a big deal. This looks really bad for Portland. That's how everybody views it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's defamation of the organization.
Well, it's like when you fake accuse someone of a crime and then later like, oh, sorry, I was making it up. Like the backlash against that person initially is never as much as like the apology is, you know?
Absolutely. So, if that's truly the case, I hope that Golden State gets found out. I hope that Golden State gets punished. I don't know what I don't know. I don't know what's next. Who knows? There's been so many twists to this story. It's hard to even keep up with. I'm kind of exhausted by it already. But don't just take the Golden State side of things, because Portland had no incentive to hide things. I guess they would have an incentive of trading GP2 for picks or whatever. But that's the thing. Like, you're gonna risk that for second round picks? Really? You're gonna risk that for second round picks?
Right.
Like, none of it adds up logically.
Or Kevin
for
Knox.
Portland to do it. Yeah, and Kevin Knox. Yeah, none of it. There wasn't enough incentive for Portland to do it. There isn't any reasonable logic thinking that Portland would think that they could get away with it.
Even in a scenario where Portland withheld, let's just say they did withhold stuff, it's still like, how does Bob Myers and the Golden State staff not realize that there's potential that he is still hurting from this surgery, and with everything that's happened this year with him, and they have a history with him the last couple of years. Like, how did they not have some sort of, we need to look into this a little further and just believe that everything was fine based on him playing the night before? That's just really stupid.
Yep. Taylor Cronin supposedly does everything by the book. He literally helped teams and sent players to where they wanted to go at last year's trade deadline. He sent Gary Payton where he wanted to go, even though Gary Payton screwed us. You know what I mean? Now, Golden State probably gave up the most assets anyway, so it wasn't like the Norm Rocco trade.
This guy refused to play for a month, didn't help the team at all, and has been a baby the entire time here, not wanting to be here. And Cronin still sent him to the exact team he wanted to go to. That's like Cronin still did him a favor, man. That's how nice Cronin is. Like, I don't believe that.
And Cronin got screwed over because of it.
And then something we haven't talked about too. Myers mentioned this multiple times in his press conference today. Oh, it's after the trade deadline, so we can't renegotiate the trade. So once again, he's being blamed. Why did you give up 5 seconds for Gary? And it's looking like a bad trade for him because they gave up on the second overall pick as well in that trade. Mm-hmm. And they could have had Sadiq Bey and without the injury concerns and all this stuff. So now he's looking like bad, and now he's trying to justify that. Maybe he's saying, if this would have been any other time of the year, we would have just renegotiated the trade. And no, that's ridiculous. You just didn't do your homework, dude. You thought he was fine. You watched him play the night before, and you traded for him. The plan was to trade for him. This had been a plan for several days leading up to the trade deadline. Didn't get worked out till the last second, but they were looking into getting Gary back this whole time.
Well, also let me make this absolutely known. If GP2 truly concealed an injury so that he could have his way after fleecing us for money, and so he could go back to Golden State with his contract, with his bag that we gave him, given the fact, everything before it, and everything that I heard, and how he was cleared and didn't really care to play for this organization. At this point, given what I know, Gary Payton II might be my most despised athlete ever, if that's true.
Yeah, sort of I
already despise him.
Rape someone, outside of that.
Yeah. I mean, that just for athlete things, right? Because he used everything athlete things, right? He didn't,
non-legal.
Go out and, for non-legal reasons. All right, sure. He's my most despised athlete of any sport because it's so weak to use a team to get a contract and then not suit up for that team, to hold that team through the ringer. I don't even care if that's not your first choice. You signed a contract. They gave you millions of dollars. The least you could do is just show up and play when you're cleared. Not wait a month
or be honest when you're traded and say that they gave me all the time I needed to get ready. It just wasn't working. Like don't blame other people for your body breaking down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if he conceals an injury, and then if that Tortorol thing came from him, I mean, at this point, like, screw that guy. I hope he plays the final game of the regular season, because that's the only game that Golden State plays in Portland. I hope Golden State is battling for a play-in or playoff. Maybe Portland is too. We'll see. But Kun Marcelo is like 20 minutes behind in chat. That's funny. But I hope he plays that final game so he can be
there's no chance.
Eviscerated.
No chance. He's
booze.
not showing up. He's not showing his face in this arena.
Next year.
We need a playoff series against them or something.
Absolutely. Yeah. Next year.
Yep.
I hope.
Complete opposite for Josh Hart when the Knicks come to town later in the season.
Oh, absolutely. Which I'm giving away, by the way, if you show up to the watch party, I'm giving away 2 Knicks tickets tonight. So more of the reason to show up to our in-person watch party. If you want to show up, there's tickets in the description box below, a ticket link. Watch party tickets. I also posted in the chat. But if you show up, if you're there, you'll be entered into a raffle for 2 New York Knicks tickets on March 14th for Josh Hart's return. So come watch the Blazer game with us tonight. Matisse Thybulle's debut, Kevin Knox's debut, all that. But
if you see also the 1 month thing that Gary Payton's going to sit out, I don't believe that for a second either. I think they're just like, oh, we have to sit him out a month. He's so hurt. Like no, you just want him to be right for later in the season, because he's not, with Steph Curry out, he's not going to be the difference like making the playoffs or whatever. So they just need him to be healthy for the playoffs if they do make it. So why not just rest him for a month and get him 100% healed? That had nothing to do with us withholding information or anything. That's complete BS. But look for that adductor to be the reason why he's hurt and not the core muscle. If that's the case, I absolutely believe that Gary hurt that in one of his first 2 games back, and has kind of not said anything about it because he's held that area several times since then.
Yep. And, he was probably taking Toradol pills maybe on his own in order to manage that pain. But, yeah.
Tyler has a good point, because I'm sure after the game with the press conference and stuff, like, Dame will be asked specifically about Gary Payton, and it'll be interesting to see if he answers or not.
It'll be interesting just to see his facial expression, even if he doesn't answer,
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I'll be disappointed if the next time Gary Payton II plays a Moda Center, if he ever plays a Moda Center again, if there's a single cheer in the arena, I'll be disappointed. Anyway, that's the update on that situation. Obviously, we'll cover that over the next couple of post-game shows and streams, or just whenever there's new information. We will have you guys covered. Anyway, hit the like button. Let's get to 100 likes. And this is the most viewers we've ever had on the second channel, so make sure you subscribe as well. During the off-season, this is pretty much the only place we stream outside of a couple big streams, lottery stream, free agency stream, trade deadline stream. Is there anything else you want to talk about other than the GP2 thing?
No, it'll be fun to see the new guys tonight. We're going to need them right away since we have a bunch of people out. Hopefully Thibault can come in and fix some of our defensive issues. I'm not sold on that, even though, he can be a good defender in some systems. I don't think this is the right system for him to do that. But Roman asked, do you think Knox gets any run? I think he probably will, because we're so shorthanded tonight. So if we had all our guys, I don't know. But yeah, hopefully Cam has a good game, and Thibault's a good defensive player, and we should be able to make this a good game without LeBron. But yeah, I don't know.
Yep. I mean, I don't know how badly I want the Blazers to win at this point, but it's always good to beat the Lakers, especially if, you have Keljin Blevins dropping a couple threes on him. But unfortunately, we won't get that tonight. Or fortunately, I don't know. But 2 games until the All-Star break. Tonight and tomorrow. And then All-Star break. And then we'll come out of that on the 23rd and probably have a resolution maybe to this GP2 saga, and then we'll be able to focus on the stretch run of the year and if the Blazers are actually going to make a run at a play-in or not. Anyway, hopefully we see you tonight at that watch party. It was a lot of fun last time, and I'm looking forward to potentially meeting more of you.
Or at least watching the stream afterwards.
Yeah, watching the stream afterwards, all that. But yeah, the Blazers take on the Lakers tonight. We'll see if they can get the dub. Shout out to Brian Tadovich with a $2 dono at the buzzer. Says, so do we judge Cronin after the summer? I mean, I'm already judging Cronin. You can judge Cronin whenever you want to.
Yeah.
Opinions can change if he, gets LeBron for free, which obviously is not happening. But, that's the thing, is I don't think he's done too well. But if he does well this summer, then obviously I'm going to be more positive on him. Thank you, Brian, for the $2 dono. Anyway, we're out of here, Eric. Catch you guys tonight. Until then, as always, peace out. Go Blazers.